Yes, sir. We are live.
God,
Great
God.
rise into the rises, baby. It's your boy Kobe Rise and Rise. We back at it again with a banger. You know who is in the building. We got your boy Showtime in the building. We got your boy Kobe Rise and Rise. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, sir. This was a perfect time, man. How you feeling, Show?
Man, I'm great. Blessed, man. Feeling revived, feeling real good. Good
Yes,
to
sir.
be here on this Wednesday with my brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Before we
Absolutely.
get before we get going, man, let me cut you for a second, man. And
Go
can we
ahead.
just congratulate? Can we just congratulate the big dog again, man? Moving up that ladder.
Yeah.
Second show. Boy, we getting better and better. Boy, you're looking better and better, man. Can we just congratulate our founder for a second, man?
Uh,
Big round of applause, man. You doing great, man. I see you doing great things. You
I
inspiring
appreciate
people. I see you with the CMOS knowledge, man. I'm hearing great
it.
things on the streets. People coming up to me like, "Yo, your partner doing this thing, man. He got the CMOS going. We got the raspberry
Uh,
rifle going, man. He
yeah.
got the shows, man. I just want to give you your flowers, man. You always, you know what I mean, show me a lot of love, man. I want to just pause for
Already.
the cause, and let that be known. We working. Definitely, the founder is working.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I
You
mean.
already know. You already know, man. This is the girl don't stop, man. I
Come
already
on.
know where it's going. Like I done told you what it was with the whole brand and just where I wanted to go with it. You know what I'm saying? You partnered with me, man, and just we taking it up to the next level. So
Come on.
you already know the grinding is not stopping. You
Come on.
dig? Shout out to Bree. She already knows. She already in the building. What's going on? Yes, sir.
Peace,
You know,
peace,
we're not
Bree.
gonna stop. Once it's bigger than me, once it's bigger than us, it's hey, we just moving on purpose at that point. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, that's
That's
real.
real.
That's real. That's real. That's big real. That's real. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. How you feeling, baby? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Look,
How
yo,
you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm still on the high for real, for real. Like from everything that's going on from the weekend. I mean,
Hey,
it's been on the up and up, dog. Like I just realized like Wednesday came like this. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was just at the show, and then here we are
yeah,
halfway during the week. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's crazy, man. I've been super
yeah,
busy,
yeah.
man. So yeah, we've been on the up and up for sure. Yeah, so I'm glad you picked
That's
this
good.
topic too, man. Like this was kind of like this is something that we've been wanting to talk about too. You know what I'm saying? In today's society, I just had this conversation last week, speaking to one of my partners about this. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one, y'all. This is already gonna be a great gym, just like we did every show. This is gonna
Yeah,
be another banger. You dig?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So y'all see the title, man? It's vegan misconceptions and eating in today's society. Man, we got a lot to cover, man. We really got a lot to cover on this topic for sure.
Get us shared out real quick. Sharing it out for the people. Let
Absolutely.
everybody jump on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I want to give another shout out to Bree, man. You know, she won the Rise and Rise Academy Challenge. You feel what I'm saying? She did the 30-day challenge, man, and her results were immaculate. You feel me? It's like, and y'all don't know, man. You know, she had just had, you know, a baby, you know what I'm saying, newborn baby. So shout out to Bree. And she hit me immediately, was like, I'm ready to do the challenge. I'm like, yo, like after all that, you know what I'm saying? She like, man, I'm ready to get after it. You feel me? And man, did she get after it? You feel me? So man, one more time, congratulations for Bree on winning that challenge. We do have many more challenges that's going to come later on. So for the ones who missed it, I know y'all was hitting me up like, man, I wanted to do it. So you know what? We're going to do another challenge for y'all. We're going to organize it up and we're going to make this one super big. You feel me? And I want to make sure everybody across the nation is going to get on this one. Because, yo, we got many more prizes. It's going to be a heavy hitter. You feel me? We're going to have my man Showtime over here. We're going to orchestrate this thing up real heavy. You
Let's
feel
go.
me? So we got some things coming for y'all. We want to make sure everybody kicking results. You feel me? So yeah, I'll
Go.
make sure we wanted to shout that out. So I'm actually loading up a picture real quick. It was actually talking about of the topic. I just gotta get it real fast. I'm over here my
Okay.
internet acting crazy.
While you bring that in, man, I'll go ahead and just kind of just talk a little bit. While you bring that in. As soon as you bring the picture
Mm-hmm.
up, I'll let you go from there. But
Yes, sir.
so for all the risers, man, I see we got a few people joining us early. That's good. That's good. So today, man, we just going to talk about a little bit of the misconception when it comes to that plant-based eating. Shouts out to Akil, our partners over at Queen City Organics. It was a post that I seen, and we were both tagged in, because we speak a lot about this plant-based. We have the Rise and Rise pyramid that a lot of people may see. I love how Kobe did it, man. We were audacious. We had the audacity, to kind of tweak the pyramid, kind of to how we kind of eat, and just some recommendations that we have personally, some things that have worked for us. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to put up the Rise food pyramid as well.
Yeah.
And we just speak about those alkaline veggies at the bottom. You'll see primarily the alkaline veggies, the alkaline grains. In the middle, you see the fruits and herbs, the whole foods and snacks. And up top, you see the clean meats and other additives. Okay. So the post kind of mentioned that, it's not always 110%, healthy when people say vegan. There's a lot of people that there's that misconception that just because I'm plant-based, that's going to solve all my issues. And we also I seen a comment, and I tried to get the brother on, man, just to try to share some of his tidbits, but he hit the nail on the head. He mentioned a lot of things that I seen when I was just going into just converting, just trying to clean up my eating a little bit, and I was just switching over to a primarily plant-based. What I noticed was a lot of people that were already in that area or already made that transition, what they were doing, they were just trying to stay away from meat. Okay, so this movie on Netflix is called What the Health.
Yep.
I even have a book, that they were teaching. It's like the omnivores diet or something like that. So a lot of these books and these movies, they bash meat, and we understand why, a lot of times the slaughterhouses, the way the animals are raised, the way the animals are done, the diseases that the animals have when they're processed, the treatment of the animals, a lot of times that does make those meats, just like, man, are we eating that? And a lot of times people just from that, people feel like, okay, well, I'm gonna cut meat. And we go right to plant-based, thinking that we're going to go, that's healthier, just going plant-based. Okay. So I'm not going to throw my brother under the bus, but my brother is one example that that comes to mind, because he kind of inspired me on the switch because of his discipline, but one thing he did was when he transitioned, he didn't necessarily have the knowledge to fix a whole bunch of plant-based meals. So his go-to was the fries. I remember my parents had the deep fry. Every time I would go home, I see my brother deep fries. He'll dip those fries in the deep fryer, throw him some other veggies with it, and that'll be his meal. That was his go-to. You feel me? But the oils and different things, that's plant-based. You can eat French fries. That's plant-based, but is it healthy?
There you go.
So, yeah, man, that's really kind of what inspired today. Definitely, like I said, man, we see a lot that's going on with the meats. So I get it. A lot of us are just like, man, whatever it is, I just don't want those meats. So we run to the plant-based. And then with the vegan being, everybody's talking about the vegans. We got the vegan food trucks, the slutty vegans, the vegan this, the vegan that, and we just want to kind of shed some light on those misconceptions that, that vegan automatically means healthy. Though you can't, I feel you if you are trying to really educate yourself and go with a primarily plant-based way of living, a plant-based way to eat. I feel you, but I definitely highly recommend just educate yourself. Okay. Don't try to make the switch before you can make the switch. That's a bar right there. Don't try to make the switch.
There you go. Say it again.
Switch. For real. But yeah.
No, so I wanted to show a couple things. Let me see. I'm gonna remove that real quick. All right. So I actually just pulled up the image that I was gonna say. So this right here is a vegan food guide, but look what's in this thing, right? You have the different type of grains. You still got like the bagels, the muffins, but it doesn't show all what's in these grains and these breads and stuff like that, because most of these breads, they don't tell you, but it's got, eggs, milk, soy, all these different things inside of it that's actually not vegan. So this is an example of a misconception, because it doesn't go into depth of what it is. You got fortified soy milk and alternatives and all this other stuff. You feel me? You got the tofus and different oils, like Showtime was saying, you can fry those French fries up in these oils, and it's still unhealthy. And then you can't even go in depth of what type of oil. You feel me? And so this is what you would call a vegan diet. So look at these vegetables and these fruits; those could be GMO. You feel me? So we really got to look into the details. What nutrition are we getting? Is sure it's vegan, but what is healthy? You know what I'm saying? You can drink alcohol, and that's vegan. And then you drink too many of them, and that's your health. Your health is done. You dig? So this is something that I want people to really understand, because at the end of the day, we all say that plant-based this and plant-based that. All right. Well, just to give y'all some knowledge, vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, these are all marketing terms. These are marketing terms. And in the UK, actually, they did a study, a survey. You can look this up, where they actually had these words for marketing, and they tried to survey these people to see which one would they purchase from, or which one they identify with on a much larger scale. And honestly, the majority of them, or excuse me, the least one that they identified with was vegan and vegetarian and all this other stuff, because to them that seemed more strict, and it put them in a box, like they can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So if something has a label on it that says vegan or whatever, most of the time they're like, because they don't really know. But they identify mostly with plant-based, because plant-based gives them the option to do what they want to do. So that's the misconception, to say that people want to do what they want to do, but they want to seem healthy in the process, right? So I don't want people to get anything or any of that confused. I want to make sure that you guys have an actual structural guide when it comes to dealing with your own health. At least what I'm saying is, look up what you're eating. Understand that there are GMO foods. There are natural seeded fruits. There are things that are in breads and stuff that you can eat. Like, I would prefer spelt grain bread over just the Tom's bagels or something like that. The what's another bread brand? Merita, Nature's Own. Because a lot of those different breads have other ingredients in it that you're not going to find anywhere else, due to the USA putting a lot of the other additives inside of the food. But hey, we can still eat it, because technically it's still vegan and vegetarian. You feel me? So I want to make sure everybody understands what they put in that body, because that's what's going to help you understand what's really healthy, even though we have the label of vegan or vegetarian or plant-based or whatever, and knowing what these additives can do into your body, like the oils, the canola oils. We know how bad these oils are. They're refined. And when they cook them, when they fry and get into your system, we know it clogs our bodies up. Everybody knows when they fry chicken or oil, not to put the oil into the garbage disposal, because why? It clogs up the whole garbage disposal. So if it does it to a garbage disposal, what do you think is going to do to your blood vessels inside of your body? You dig what I'm saying? Like, I want people just to at least think about that whenever they're going out to certain foods or restaurants, because we all know we're not going to cook every day. Most of us are not going to do it. So at least be mindful when you're going out to these places, that what you're eating and what it can do to your body. So even if you are going to eat it, right, understand what you have to do to combat it, because there is a balance. I know if I'm going to go on vacation, I'm going to eat mostly plant-based, or at least I'm going to try my best. I know my cheat meals, they're seafood. So I always say I'm a mostly plant-based diet, because I understand that when I'm going out, I know I can eat these foods. So when I do that, I understand it's a cheat meal for me. So mentally, if I'm eating a cheat meal, then I need to, just like my clients, we have to come back with reconstruction. So if I'm doing a cheat meal, I need to work out double hard. Now I need to detox double, just double the strength of detox, so I can now balance out my health, because I don't want anything to happen later down the line that I know is going to come from, the bad oils or the fruits that's going to cause acid or mucus in my body. Now I can learn to detox that out. So now I can continue to strive and be healthy. So as long as you're in a more of a healthy route balance, I think that's the key to prolonging the success. I ain't gonna say we can't get away from it at all. I mean, you can if you want to, but just the majority of us won't, because we don't have that access. So for the ones that don't, understand that there is a detox process. You can, fast. There's different things we've talked about on the show. that you can do to clean your system out if you are to eat these foods. What happens, they overeat a lot of these oils and these foods and things, and that's what deteriorates your body over time if you don't work out and detox and things of that matter. So you put up a great topic with that one, show. I mean, y'all hit it on the head with the oils and the the French fries and all that, because I get it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I want to touch this too. So this was also a comment on that same feed about carbs. Okay, so how I feel about carbs. Carbs are an energy source. Okay, so I had clients, and I spoke about this in the past, how I had clients who try to cut carbs, and I do not recommend you try to cut those carbs, especially in my training sessions. Okay, so he came in and just was really flat, because he didn't have any carbs, so, and the carbs help you produce some of that energy.
Yep.
So when you are going plant-based, yes, it might be, you may have to consume a lot of the legumes, are carbs. A lot of your rice has carbs, and your plant-based options does have carbs. There is some protein, but those carbs, I wanted to debunk that misconception as well. So the carbs are good, but again, it comes to that education. Okay, so I've been having a lot of people ask me about my physique lately, and I've been trying to work at being really lean. Okay, so I just naturally consume higher amounts of protein and lower amounts of carbs, and that's just a preference. Okay, so again, that is me just understanding my body, understanding my goals, understanding what makes me move, how I process, how my body goes, how my body processes carbs. Okay, so I wouldn't say you don't have to bash carbs, just understand, there's that big understanding. There it goes again. Because like I said, there's a difference between you getting carbs from a basmati rice or a nice natural rice, or some legumes, some chickpeas, and then getting those carbs from your fries, your French fries dropped in oil, or your breads, your white breads, your enriched breads. There's a difference between the two carbs. Again, all those are plant-based. They're all plant-based, but there's also good carbs, and then we have bad carbs. Okay, so again, like I said, for me, wanting to have that lean physique, okay, I just primarily try to keep more higher protein. And that's just me personally. I know my body. I know myself. I know what makes me kick. I know what energizes me, okay? And I know what keeps my body lean. So I keep higher amounts of protein and lower amounts of carbohydrates, not cut carbohydrates. I keep lower amounts. Okay, so it's very important to understand the difference. Understand the difference between a good carb and a bad carb. Okay, understand the difference between protein, okay, and how much your body needs, how much it takes for your body to feel energetic, how much for it, for you to function. It's important to understand all those things. Okay, and I see we got the pyramid up there. I mean, a paper, a plant protein versus the animal protein. So before I move on, I'll let us touch on that a little bit as well.
Yep.
So you see?
Yes, sir. And this is actually just to back what you're saying is true. So with that, and what this is showing you is just different types of protein. And it also gives a breakdown of how much or how many grams you would need in a man and a woman for ages 19 through 51. So this gives people a baseline foundation so they can start with something. Just like Showtime was saying, you have to know what kind of good carbs you can take, what kind of bad carbs you can take, how it's going to make you feel. If you're tired, if you're sluggish, if you're more energetic, what you're eating. Keeping track of how much you're taking, this gives you a breakdown. And he gave you a perfect example. You may, take in some legumes, nuts, whole grains, veggies to provide you different sources of protein. And this is actually an example of different sources of protein. So you have plant protein, you have animal protein, and it gives you advantages and disadvantages. Now, of course, this picture specifically, it looks more biased towards plant-based, which is, okay, but just it gives you a breakdown no matter what it is. So you can see the differences of the amount of protein that it takes for each of these different things. So you can see the disadvantages of animal protein, and then you have advantages of plant protein. You feel me? So I think an obvious advantage, for the plant-based protein is you have better fiber. And this is the breakdown of the food that's in your stomach. So that's what I wanted people to see. So 18 grams of protein is in red lentils, in 1 cup of red lentils. So you can literally eat 1 cup. So if you take a measuring cup, take 1 scoop of red lentils, and what I typically do is I put them in like a pressure cooker. I cut up some veggies. Now this is where I get creative. This is now how I add my vitamins, my B6, my vitamin A, my vitamin C, all these different vitamins that I put into my meals. I add protein on top of it. That's also going to add more phytonutrients. So every meal, you want to make sure you get as many nutritious nutrients and vitamins as you can. So 1 cup of red lentils is my protein. But not only that, you can see on the paper, you also get vitamins and minerals with the protein. You also get a low fat profile with the protein. There is no cholesterol with this protein. And now I can add in other vegetables like zucchini, quinoa, excuse me, not even quinoa, but squash, broccoli. That also gives other vitamins and phytonutrients in this meal. Okay. It's easy to make, it's easy to cook, and you can see this. And I want you guys to take a screenshot of this so that way you can look at it yourself. And this is one of the most important parts. The average adult person consumes 80 grams of protein per day, far more than necessary. Excess protein is stored as fat and can lead to weight gain or prevent weight loss. Our bodies benefit from consuming mostly fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and legumes to provide healthy sources and amounts of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, which is exactly what Showtime was just breaking down on what he just said.
Facts.
You feel me? So that way they can have a baseline of exactly how much to intake, what to cook. And I gave him exactly what I do. That's exactly how I do. I measure out everything. So just like how I measure out my cup of red lentils, measure out your cup of zucchini, measure out your cup of sweet potatoes, measure out your cup of broccoli. So that way you know exactly how much you're getting. Look up how many macros comes in a cup of broccoli. Look at how many vitamins and minerals come in a cup of bell pepper. You can look at this yourself. And all this takes is just a little bit of time and research. You already on Facebook, you already on TikTok, you're doing all this time. You could actually do that for your own meal prep. Matter of fact, let me shout out Ernest real quick because Ernest said it himself. Go meal prep rather than go out to eat. That was a perfect time. He put, this is how you meal prep. That's literally meal prep right there. What me and Showtime just broke down to you. All of that is meal prep and figuring out how many carbs you need to eat for you to feel, and not only feel good, but cut weight, know how much you want to gain weight. It's playing with, this is a good way of playing with your food. So you'll know exactly what you're getting to the benefit of it. So I just wanted y'all to see that breakdown and exactly how we do it.
Before I get to the next portion, this juicy portion, I did want to highlight 3 things I seen on there. So I want you to take away. Hopefully you screenshotted that. That's a good one. I screenshotted it myself.
Yeah.
Red lentils, how high in protein that is. You know, I bet you didn't think that. So when we think of the lentils and the beans, we know they have carbs, but look at those red lentils, the black beans, and I also saw 1 ounce of almonds. You see how much protein you get from that 1 ounce of almonds?
6 grams.
Okay? So that's for those people that are trying to get that healthy plant base. Okay, so like we said, for the most part, we're just debunking some of those misconceptions, because not everybody that's plant-based is doing it for health reasons, or maybe we're doing it for health reasons, but need a little bit more guidance in making it a little bit healthier. Okay, so you may be one of those people that say, man, I switched, but I haven't seen no weight loss. I haven't seen no changes in the blood charts. I go get my blood read. My doctor's not telling me anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to, don't panic. Don't panic. Just do a little bit more research. You know, like Cobe said, man, we spend a lot of time online. We there anyway. Do a little research. And if online is not giving you enough, I know our next topic is going to be today's food in today's society. We're going to slide right into food in today's society. Absolutely. Reach out to one of us. You know, like I said, we don't We don't know it all, but we try to give you information that you can back. You can fact check some of this stuff. You know, we're giving you some
100%.
references. We give you references. We give you studies. We give you different things. We don't just throw information out. You know, we give you actual stuff that we tried. My man Cobe just did a few shows, you know, natural bodybuilding shows where he had to eat a certain type of way. He had to consume a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of carbohydrates. He had to do that meal prep. He couldn't just go out and eat fast food because he was trying to have his physique look a certain type of way. He wanted his health a certain type of way, you know, so he had to be disciplined. Okay. All right. So, man, are we ready for it, man? Food in today's society, man. Food in today's society.
I'm ready, bro.
All right. So first, I want to start off by saying, give you a biblical quote. You know, Showtime, man. So the Bible tells us that man shall not live off of bread alone, and that's a scripture that's been right beside me lately. Man shall not live off of bread alone. Okay, they doing us dirty out here, man. I'm seeing. We spoke about the clone meats. I just seen something today. We just picked up. I get the actual ginger root because we put it in our shakes. We cut it up. We chop it up. I juice it a little bit. It's really good to help you clean out anybody. If you congested, I always say a lot of mucus. I tell them get that ginger. Get you a ginger shot. But I'm seeing how they're reproducing this stuff, you know, all the stuff that we thought were natural. Man, I can't find an organic banana to save my life, man. I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to find I just want a regular banana. Half of the stores that I go to over here, I live in Belmont, so it's a little smaller. But man, I'm realizing, man, these bananas aren't the organic bananas. I just want a regular banana, man. I just want some regular fruit, you know. So like I said, man shall not live off of bread alone, and it's a scripture. It's basically saying that, okay, so we need more than just food. Okay, so if you live right, if you know your heart is right, you know, just keep trying. You know, God has the final say so ultimately anyway. You know, because a lot of the Food and Drug Administrations, like I said, they're cloning meats. They're not telling us. I just watched it was on Instagram, I believe, and they were just giving the knowledge. The guy broke down. He didn't just spit knowledge out. He said, man, there's 40 different ingredients in the Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. None of them are chicken. None of them are chicken. He specifically mentioned the dextrose, which I believe it's
dextrose. Yep.
Yeah, to take sugar out and to give you another sweetener. I'm not 100% sure, but you definitely can fact check that. You can look that up. Okay, and also look up the ingredients in your Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and your Popeyes chicken sandwich. Like I said, that was a alarming statistic for me. It's 40 ingredients in it, and none of them are chicken. In the chicken sandwich, you mean that? You mean that? And also with the McDonald's French fries, there's so many different ingredients, and I heard this multiple times over the past few weeks, and it's not even French fries. I'm like, wow, you know, wow. But I get it, man. Sometimes there's those people that you know, I've been not recently. I've tried to cut it when I learned all this stuff, man. I really don't even eat. I can't eat fast food. I can't put trash in my body. That's no disrespect to nobody. Like I said, you know, sometimes we have those times where it's just like, man, I'm hungry. You know, it's 11 o'clock. I'm not cooking. You know, I got to grab something.
Come on.
Like my man Ernest said, shout out to Ernest.
Yeah.
Some of us can meal prep, you know, but others, I've been in the shuffle and bustle where I've had to grab something really quick, you know, and I always just say, just be mindful, you know, and also in moderation. You know, I was just telling my parents about it, and I know me telling you this is not going to stop you from getting a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, and I'm not trying to. You know, I just want you just to be mindful of what we're consuming and just understand that these people are trying to make a dollar. You know, they're not really necessarily concerned about, you know, what this effect is going to have over you in your body over time, and they trying to make a dollar. The creators of Chick-fil-A is millionaires. You feel me? Like even probably the independent people with the franchises is millionaires. You feel me? They're not gonna stop you from eating that chicken sandwich because it don't have chicken in it, you know. And I'm just here to tell you the information, man. Something that kind of slowed me down from it. You know, I used to mess with the Chick-fil-A, but I'm like, ooh, ain't none of the ingredients chicken. You know, it's fries.
And you know why it's so good? because they ain't real chicken.
Come on. They just make it to taste.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to point out to you too, because I heard we had a Sunday school, the Sunday school lesson. The teacher mentioned how, you know, she was an older lady, just kind of mentioned how some of the foods that she used to love, people are telling her nowadays she can't eat. And she really basically said, you know, I don't know why I'm kind of listening to these people, but these people are now telling me these foods aren't the best foods. And my message to the older generation is these foods aren't what you used to eat. Let me look right into this camera. These foods aren't the same foods that you used to eat. Trust me. If you ever watch, there's a nice movie, man. I love it.
One more time. Say it one more time. I'm about to put you on solo. Wait a minute. Let me put you on the solo layout. Go ahead. Say it one more time.
These foods aren't the foods you used to eat.
Come on.
Okay. So there's a movie called Founder. Okay, I want you to check that out. And it's about how the gentleman stole a McDonald's name. He stole the McDonald's last name, you know, and took the integrity out of the brand. That movie gives you the whole thing. It talks about how they changed the milkshakes, how the milkshakes were real, you know, real ingredients. How he was like, nah, man, we gonna switch it up. We gonna make it for masses. We want mass consumption. We want mass production. We don't care about no natural milkshakes. Watch that movie Founder. I love the movie Founder. You feel me? Like, man, I could go for days on this. This is not the same foods. This is not the same thing. They had one location, one McDonald's location, cooking pure ingredients, pure beef, pure ingredients, had a relationship with the customers. Okay, this gentleman took their last name, branded their last name, sold things to the masses. Okay. So these foods aren't the same foods we used to eat. Trust me, they're cloning chickens. They're finding out how we can mass produce things. What's it? The high fructose corn syrup is another good one to look into. Seeing how we're trying to mass produce things. You look on the back of your ingredients. You got corn and everything. You know, come on. This not the same thing Grandma used to cook up. You know, these aren't the same. They're not raised the same. We increased in population. You know, we increased in technology. We got smarter. You feel me? We, like I said, I can't tell you enough. We learned how to clone chickens. You know, we learned how to, what did I tell you? What's the graphic design printer? We printing meats. They're trying to graphically design, you know, that printer, they're printing things, you know. So trust me, this ain't the same pork chops you used to. That was specifically, she said, I used to love my pork chops smothered in gravy. Yeah. Man, they may give you some pork chops smothered in gravy that they literally created on one of the 3D printers. That's what it was. They were trying out 3D printing.
They already doing it. They 3D printing fish.
Come on.
They're already doing it now, and they've done a survey talking about the 3D print fish and then the regular fish, and they literally said most, if not all, of the contestants couldn't even tell the difference.
Come on. So
like most of y'all to be saying that, like, oh, I could taste the difference. You probably can't. No, you probably had it already.
Come on. Like I said, with my bananas, man, they look regular, but I'm like, oh no, man, these ain't. You feel me? This ain't. This not the bananas. This is not the bananas, man. I promise you, it's not. It tastes the same, but this not an organic banana. You know, so that's definitely my message to the older generation. I get it. You hear all these young trends. Like Cobe said, man, this marketing tactic, this vegan, this plant-based, you know, but it's definitely not the same food. So I highly recommend just moderation and just a little education, you know. And then I'm going to give you that scripture again, man shall not live off bread alone, you know, so just be mindful. I know I told a gentleman the other day, I was like, man, I just don't believe in that Western way of living. I don't believe in the Western diet. I don't believe in, you know, that I gotta stuff my face at breakfast. I gotta stuff my face, man. You give me some good natural fruits. I'm getting into the farmers markets a little bit more. I'm trying to, you know, get things good, locally sourced, good, locally grown foods where I know who's growing it. You know, I know the authenticity. I know the integrity of the farmer. And if you can, I highly recommend some of those things. We see people on the seeded watermelon craze right now, man. That's big because a lot of us probably didn't even know, you feel me, what was going on with the watermelons. I believe, and you can probably back me up on this, Cobe. I think matter of fact, you did. You showed the black seeds and how these are authentic watermelons, and anything that's not that is a hybrid. It's something reproduced, and that's just point blank. Period. If you don't have that seed, and somebody you can back me up if I'm misquoting. I'm not big on the watermelon, but if it doesn't have that seed, I believe you're eating something else.
Black seeds specifically too. They have to
Black
have
seed.
black seeds. Yep. That's the watermelon seed. And the seeds, and Showtime, you're exactly right. The seeds actually what gives the the fruits the nutrients. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the power is in the seeds. Like the seeds are what gives it the periodic table, um what do you call it, the elements like the potassium, the magnesium. These are the essential vitamins that we need for our bodies, the iron, the oxygen, the hydrogen. You know what I'm saying? These are this was gonna fuel us. This is what you have a difference of eating your water versus drinking your water, H2O. There's another thing out called H3O2. You
Mm.
feel me? That's 3 parts hydrogen and 2 parts oxygen, which is going to hydrate you even more. And then that comes from a lot of the hydration vegetables, hydration fruits like watermelon, like zucchini, like coconut. Coconut water has some of the highest, and that particular H3O2 is a more base, like I don't even know how to pronounce it, but if you ever had coconut water, it's not thin like water. It's more of a basic water. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like it's a mix between milk and water. It's that material, you know what I'm saying? But it hydrates your body more. And I remember one of my friends was telling me about the difference of how drinking sea moss gel made them feel. And they said that made them more thirsty. And they were trying to figure out, why did it make me more thirsty? I thought it was healthy for me. Well, the reason for it is because your body was just so dehydrated that it's craving more. So it makes you more thirsty that way. So it's giving you the nutrients right there. So if your body's telling you that, those are signs that you are more dehydrated than you think. So if anybody has experienced that, you want to make sure you're intaking a lot more hydration, meaning you need to eat your water. Get your vegetables like zucchini, get your vegetables like spinach, get your vegetables like kale. These are hydration vegetables. Your watermelons, you know what I'm saying? Your seeded fruits. These are cantaloupe. Any real melons, that's going to hydrate you like crazy. Berries. These are what's going to help you out. And that's just everything to back up Showtime what you're saying. Like everything you're saying is on point. And y'all can definitely fact check that on what he's saying. Cause it's getting crazy out here because it's so much fakeness that we're eating it and not even realizing that it's really not that healthy. And by the way, you can get organic bananas. You can get them at like Harris Teeter. Sometimes they have them. And if you look on the barcode, if it starts with a number 9, that means more than likely it's an organic vegetable or fruit. If you go to the grocery store, so that's another cheat code. It's a PU number. Was it? I have to look it up. PLU number. That's it. The PL codes are the barcodes. So that's just another way of looking at it.
Yeah, yeah. I live in a food desert, man. We don't have
Belmont. Oh man.
we don't have, but we do have a Publix, man. But that's how they do you, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's definitely, we try, we do the best we can do, man. Definitely the Harris Teeters. I know Whole Foods. If I could get to, if ever I'm in Charlotte area, I try to hit the Whole Foods.
Yep.
Publix is normally, they have some decent stuff. I
Absolutely.
know around me, man, it's just Food Lions and Walmarts, and and like I said, I try with the best of them, and I keep
Mhm.
a pretty clean physique. So I'm not telling you, that everything that I eat is organic. I try to, like I said, you heard me say, I'm trying to transition, man. I see the craze, everybody going crazy. I think we're gonna have to. Me and my wife spoke about going to Raleigh. We live in North Carolina, so we're gonna try to get it's a watermelon, a nice pure sauce. I think we seen something up there.
Mhm.
Um, you know, and I know a few spots, man. We'll
Absolutely.
share for sure. I think they talk about a big market out in the Fort Mill area. That's pretty good, and
There's a couple of them. The peach stand is actually really good. They have fruits that are in season. So
Mhm.
like the strawberry season, it was already over, but they had patches. I mean, just patches of these, strawberries, and they weren't bad price. I mean, $9 for a big quart, like a quart of it. Yo, it was crazy. I mean, same thing with peaches. Peaches was in, so hence peach stand. Even in Charlotte, like Charlotte Regional Farmers Market actually has really good vegetables and fruit. If you and here's another gem if you're going to go to a farmer's market, and that's for anybody out there, ask the farmers where they're getting their vegetables and fruit. They'll tell you if they grew it themselves or if they have a farmer or if it's store bought. Some of these farmers markets do sell store bought fruits and vegetables so they can make money. So always ask them, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing either because things are just not in season. It is what it is. So they'll buy it and then they'll sell it, but at least they'll have the integrity, and that's the part of knowing your farmers out here. That's why it's always good to network when you go out in public. Always just shake somebody's hand that's new. You may find out something new, and I had to find out there's certain farmers or farmers markets that will sell store bought, but then they have other stuff that's not store bought because it's in season for real, or they've got it from another farmer that has a better soil, to get your bananas or your spinach or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So always kind of ask that whenever you're going out. Excuse me, when you're shopping for your food. Um, Another good gem too, Whole Foods. If y'all don't know that, is also backed by Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can order your food. If you have a Whole Foods in your city, they'll deliver it to your house for free. All you gotta do is go online. You can pick out your vegetables and just tell them what you want. And if you have Amazon Prime, they can deliver it to your house. Mostly it's like the next day, or it could be same day, depending on if you get your order in early. So even if you don't want to go out for your groceries, you can always have them delivered. But understand that you want to type in, make sure they're organic. I personally like to go and see the vegetables myself. I personally like to go see the fruits so I can feel the fruits and make sure they're ripe. Sometimes when you order delivery, they don't really check all that. You know what I'm saying? You mess around, get some avocados and things. You gotta wait like 3 days before they ripen. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is an alternative for the ones who don't have time because I get it. I've ordered my food before, so I'm an advocate. So I hope that that also helps out for anybody who's just trying to eat healthy because there are multiple ways to eat healthy. It's not expensive like that either. Farmers markets don't charge that much depending on where you go. Some farmers markets do. The one I specifically go to is Charlotte Regional Farmers Market. They need to start paying a check or something because I'm just promoting them like crazy. You feel me? So yeah, make sure y'all do. If y'all in Charlotte, just do Regional Farmers Market. And if you're not in Charlotte, if you're in any other place in North Carolina, South Carolina, or California, just look up your local farmers markets and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And just develop that relationship. Because you never know. You may see a farmer out there that's your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get, your fruits and vegetables from there. Like, I've worked with someone who has a farm, you know what I'm saying? And they're just growing stuff like crazy. And for those who actually do farm, y'all can probably test this. If you're growing vegetables or whatever, you may have a few seeds cropped out. You might get blessed with like 50 zucchini. You never know. And that's what he said. He got blessed with a bunch of vegetables, and him and his wife wasn't gonna eat all of it. Man, they lucky enough to come down, and he gave me a few. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know who you come across. It's always people that's always going to be out to help you. I mean, me and Showtime here to help you guys out. So it's not always just a one size fit all. Anybody can eat healthy. We don't have to necessarily bend to the rules. We can now create our own rules. It's always food out here. Even for me doing the show, I eat mostly plant based. I eat as clean as possible. I eat similarly to the same stuff, but I always mix up different things like vegetables and fruits. And it makes me want to try other vegetables and fruits to cook and then having a variety. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have a variety of different fruits and vegetables that's going to aid you in your health. You don't know what food's going to help you until you try it. That's why you don't want to eat the same thing over and over and over. It's always have good, natural, plant-based source varieties that you can try. You know what I'm saying? And once I got on this diet, it made me try other things. I wasn't a chickpea fan at all. Even when I started plant-based, I wasn't a chickpea fan. I'm like, oh, these are disgusting. I didn't know what to do. You feel me? But I knew that it was healthy. So I figured, well, let me just try it and cook it the way I want to cook it. I season up how I want to season it. Light oil to barely any oil now, thanks to the air fryer. Cook the thing up, man, and it's a blessing. It's one of my favorite meals. Lentils is the same way. You know what I'm saying? And we have so many gems out here, man. And you just got to tap in with us for real. If you tap in on my YouTube, I've cooked a couple. You know what I'm saying? I know Showtime's dad, man. He is chef, man. He got a lot of nutritious meals, man, that he can hook y'all up with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just it's so many it's just so much out here, that we can find out for each other. And that's what we're here to do. I'm here to help someone out whenever they're wanting to eat healthy. I'm not gonna tell them to eat something bad, especially if I can help them eat something good. That's gonna make it better for them.
I just wanted to share, man. You mentioned that air fryer. I don't have one yet, man, but I hear a lot of good things, man. One of my mentors and one of my guys that helped me with training, he mentioned just how versatile you can get with the air fryer, man. You could chop some veggies up, throw it right in the air fryer. So
I do it every day.
yeah, there you go. I'm gonna get right on that train, man. So, like you said, just to reiterate what my brother said, we here to help each other. I know it. I'm going through what you're going through. I'm listening to. I'm gonna try the Charlotte Regional Farmers Market is what it's called. So I'm gonna try that too before I head out of the city and try to get me some watermelon, man. Y'all been making the seeded watermelon look real good, man. I'm on it. I'm on board, man. I want some authentic. I didn't had all this hybrid stuff. Now it's time to get back to some nutritious, where you can eat the seeds. One of my big homies, man, he even was showing how to he grind down the rinds, man. He juiced the rinds, man, and was like, yo, this is where the nutritious property is, man. Shout out to Roy Henderson and Remnant Fitness, man. He juiced the rinds.
Man. Shout out to
him. So yeah, so let's get it, man. Let's keep giving this game. Let's keep giving the knowledge, keep sharing it. Please, please, please keep educating yourself, on this food. There we go.
Yeah, I wanted to show y'all something I made in the air fryer. You dig? So obviously the wild rice I did not make in the air fryer, but I did the zucchini and I did the squash in the air fryer. And what this is at the top, this is actually a Beyond Meat steak. This is Beyond Meat steak tips. You know what I'm saying? And it's all plant based. You can look at the ingredients on the back. And like I said, it's something else that you can do to eat a mostly plant-based diet and also, get to the games and make it look good. You know what I'm saying? I posted this and they were like, man, that look good. Yeah, it's a plant-based meal. You feel me? So it's always different ways, man. You know what I'm saying? To eat right and make it taste great.
Yeah.
That was a powerful show, man. That was a great topic. I feel like we can even break down some more. Like we have to break down this on the latest show, man, because it's so many different things we can come back with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The transparency. We appreciate all the support too. Make sure you share this one out. This is one.
Share this one, y'all.
Let it roll. Keep sharing it. Keep sharing it. And just we gave our tidbits on food. And like we always say, anything we say here, you can research, you can fact it, you can back it up. And then you got us. We live in proof. I'm on the social media going crazy on the calisthenics shows. We eating right. The only way I'm energetic to do that, y'all know me. I'm working here, working there. I work with the kids at the group home, about to start back at the schools. I'm energized. I'm healthy. I make no excuses. I'm in the gym daily. Come on, y'all. Most of it is what we eating, what we putting in our body, how we fuel in our body. And that's my last words, because we can go on and on.
I know it, bro.
Be mindful, please. Just be mindful of what we eating, and I'm gonna give you that biblical quote again: "Man shall not live off of bread alone." So don't be too hard on yourself. If you know for a fact, man, this dude talking about these Popeyes chicken sandwiches. I love them chicken sandwiches. Okay, we'll get you a couple, but please do it in moderation, man. And I want you to look into them 40 ingredients and see which one of those may not be working well with your body. A lot of times, and I said I wasn't going to get back in, but see what happens is, this stuff takes a toll in our bodies over time, and we try to stop it when it's too late. And that's what I don't want. I don't want you to try to stop it when those things that we didn't even know was in the meats, those 40 ingredients that we didn't even know may cause diabetes, those 40 ingredients that we didn't even know may cause cancer, those 40 ingredients that we didn't even know may cause high blood pressure. We just been consuming. And then before we know it, our doctor tells us, hey, you got this and you got this long to live. I don't want that to be you. So I want you to be mindful of what you're eating. Please, 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 in moderation.
Yo, that was, if that wasn't the gym, y'all, like I'm gonna leave it at that, because right now he closed it out. He just closed the book. You feel me? Just he said it all. You feel me? If y'all missed this, man, go back and rewatch this. Yo, this had a lot of gems. If we didn't break this down, yo, Anybody can watch this and they can verify this. You gonna either lose great weight, you either gonna get to these gains, or you're gonna make a better choice. You looking at this video. Y'all tap in, man. Hey, I'm gonna just say this too, man, because y'all, I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna back up Showtime. I ain't never heard this man complain, not once. Everything we done talked about, he ain't never complained about once. He ready to work out. He like, man, I'm about to go this, I'm about to do that. I'm like, yo, this man is on it. You know what I'm saying? I know I do a lot too, and like I stay energetic too. And even me, when I say energetic, when I'm ready to go to bed, I knock out. I don't really have no problems going to sleep. So, you know what I'm saying? I could be super energetic one moment. I can get on the bed, close my eyes. I'll be out in about 30 minutes or less. That's a fact, man. We appreciate everybody for coming out, man. Shout out to Bree, man. She been tapping in with us all day today, man. Shout out to Ernest, you feel me? Ernest been tapping in, showing love, you feel me? Stay away from processed foods as they are processed. You dig what I'm saying? Food, right? Food served in the States isn't health, it's for money. Go to other countries and the food is a lot healthier. That's big facts. I'm telling you, it's big facts. We did a show about that too. We talked about the show from foods that's in ingredients that's over in the UK that's banned, and then coming back over here, and they're not banned because you already know they're giving us the bad. It's the 40 ingredients, like Showtime was saying. Got smarter and got lazier. That's right. See, they getting smarter and we getting lazier. And then here we are having the worst issues. Come on now. Come on now. The food is the health is wealth. Here we go. Health is wealth. That's what I'm talking about. Hey man, I love all the comments, man. I could go all day with this thing, man. I appreciate this show. I appreciate you, bro. You came in with the banger. You came in hitting them with the heavy punches. For real.
Had to.
That's facts, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody, man. We're gonna head up out of here. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you good? Go ahead.
No. That was it, man. I just want to reiterate too, man. I don't know how much it means, man. I want to double shout out Bree and Ernest, man. I thank y'all for interacting. I thank y'all for commenting. Anybody else that checked it out too, but we love it, man. It definitely helps when we giving that information and we see that it's being processed. We see that's being received, and we also can see, that we understand what we're talking about. So we appreciate all the feedback. Again, make sure you share that out. And I'm done, Cobe. We did it, man. I like this one. I like this one a lot. This is one of the good ones.
Too. Yeah, that's real. I rock with it too, man, all day. Hey, man, listen, when we face with an obstacle, what we do?
We rise and rise, baby. Peace.